How you take them when you learn? You can fly high and land up on the stars. Ask me one big star. You got only us to go far. You make the jump, I many make the fall. So what you feel that's different? Do you think you are? I told you I'm a star. I told you I'm blessed. I told you I don't win, I'm going to register. I told you no test. I told you no success. I told you we got on. So go far. The pain and I just feel like heavy stress. But maybe that's the push we need to go far. So now it's now we are resting. We don't have to be now we relating. I like it now. I like it now. I like it now. We don't like that, we don't like that. 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 I love you.
Yes, and karibuni sana to the Black Hot Fire Radio Media for the 21st century. That is inhaled by the one and only Lex the Wolf, playing right here on the Black Hot Fire Radio Media for the 21st century. This is the Pan-African Blaze. I go by the name Joby, and I want to appreciate you for being with us on today's broadcast. Kindly do remember to interact with us. We are live and interactive on our social media handles. We are on Facebook, on Twitter, and also on Instagram. You can also say rather hi, just say hi as you get to also request your favorite jam, because it is on a TBT, it is on a Thursday, the way you like to call it, Manze, where we just have to listen back to back type of music. And of course, I had to just play this particular one because ever since we went to Tanzania, I missed some playlists in this particular, in this network, and of course, which we get to play you right here on the Black Hot Fire Radio. How are you doing this wonderful day, even the 10th of February at the year 2022? I hope that you are doing great and finding yourself at the best of your, your health and mental peace as well. It is 1 minute to 12 p.m. right here in the 254, almost just midday, where people are getting ready to cook some ugali, some lunch, especially right now with how calm the weather is. Some ugali and just some nyama choma and kachumbari will just slap so hard, where you just have to eat and relax, man, say nothing else. But nonetheless, here we are serving you nothing but good vibes, and kindly, as I said, remember to interact with us. We appreciate you every time you are with us on the broadcast, when you get to give your thoughts regarding every detail we are discussing about. Could it be negative? Could it be positive? We are all about coming up with a solution and trying to see how is it that we can make a change, instead of saying the government, because do you remember the other day I did get to say that we also have the government song. Who has done this? The government. Who has done this? The government. We should literally stop blaming the leaders or the government, because we are the government. And it will take some time for people to realize all this. I know this, some people might know they are the government, because not most of the people, if you were to ask someone, is Uru supposed to be working for you, or are you supposed to be working for him, people will literally say the vice versa. I'm supposed to be working for him, but this guy is supposed to be giving us service. Literally each and every day they're supposed to be giving us service as the citizens, because the taxes, yesterday we were speaking about taxes, the taxes we pay, are the taxes that pay them, and they should be working for us. That is what I can really say. And yes, I'll be taking a short musical break. Then when I come back, I have some amazing words, wise quote. It was a wise quotes of the day, wise quotes of the day, just to keep you going, because I say no one said life is going to be easy, but again, doesn't mean that you should wake up and you say you want to give up. You allow yourself to be full of negativity in your head. No, allow that to all fade away. For now, I'm gonna play you with some amazing jam coming all the way from Nigeria, and this by the one and only Josephine. I hope that you get to enjoy this particular one. Then once I come back, I have a question. And once I come back, maybe you can answer me this. Would you eat a cockroach? Would you eat a cockroach? And of course, I'll be telling you why I'm asking that particular question, because when you look at the African, we are speaking about the African agriculture, rather how large agriculture, as you know, it makes a big profit in Africa. But you find that all these profits, the person who has been benefiting, it is the Mzungu, the colonies. We no longer own anything, even if it is in our own country. I want to discuss about that and to see how as westernization affected a lot of us, because when you look at us growing up, we've seen televisions, we've had radios, but literally everything when it comes to the media, for me, I'm so glad because I've discovered this at a young age. We have people like our parents who do not, even if you try to tell them, oh, this person is lying, or the information they're given it's a lie, they'll be like, get out of here, what are you telling me, what are you even trying to say, get out of here, what do you even know, what do you know about politics, what do you know about religion? That is what they'll be questioning you about. But right here we are nothing, we have nothing but positive vibes. And of course, I'll be playing you some this amazing jam. Then when I come back, you can tell me, would you eat a cockroach? Would you just answer me that particular one? But this is by the one and only Josephine. Come here, enjoy this particular one. I'll be right back after this short musical break. You be my fire, you be my lighter, you be the star up in the sky with a shine in my lap. I love you forever, I know about to find you. Come in my friends and my family, yeah, I can't do without you. My baby, you be my strength and my power. You already know, I feel the anything for your matter. My baby, I feel I'm open for you. I feel my extend for you. Do anything you want me to do, yeah. Oh, yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Oh, yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Oh, yeah, come here, baby. Come here, come here, come here. Oh, yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. My baby Kilimanjaro. My baby Sparrow. My baby Kilimanjaro. My baby Sparrow. Darling, now only you wanna see from my dream. I don't care. Nothing is wrong, I don't want to be right here. You're in my shoulder, and I have you forever. I wonder, I can the next time. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here, baby. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Ooh, my baby Kilimanjaro. My baby Sparrow. My baby Kilimanjaro. My baby Sparrow. My baby fine, you get romantic, child. You get romantic, my baby sweet, you know destiny. I swear you know destiny is for my body. Hey, give it to me well, hey, it's my love. I don't call it Jago. All of my friends and my family, yeah, they all want to meet you. I care about you, and I love you. You be my strength and my power. You already know. I see you anything for your matter. My baby, I'm open for you. I feel my extend for you. So anything you want me to do, yeah. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here, baby. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Yes, and doesn't she have an amazing voice. That is Josephine playing right here on the Black Hot Fire Radio Media for the 21st century. This is the Pan African Bliss. Once again, karibuni sana family, and thank you for being with us on to today's broadcast. Kindly do remember to engage with us on Facebook, on Twitter, and also on Instagram. We appreciate you every time you are here with us. It is 6 minutes past 12 p.m. I don't know where you're streaming with us from, but I want to appreciate you for being with us. 6 minutes past 12 p.m. People are just about to cook ugali. These are that particular time sometimes you hear, then you just start feeling the smell of ugali, you start feeling the smell of fried fish, all sorts of, and you start feeling angry with no, even if you are not planning to eat ugali, someone will just make you eat ugali for no reason. Ugali is one of the amazing foods. I don't know why most of you do not really vibe with it. It is just one of the best food you can ever find in Africa. That is what I can say. But karibuni sana sana once again, family. And before I get straight to the matters of the day, you know how we do it. It's just giving you an amazing quote of the day to keep you going. It is all about positivity. Yesterday I was speaking of, your dreams or whatever you want to manifest cannot manifest unless you focus your mind, you teach your mind to be positive all the time. You can't tell me that you have a positive life while your mind is all negative. You need to align with the universe, because I was just reading something today and I was like, yo, I think I really need to align with the universe more, because sometimes you find yourself doubting. Yes, we are doubtful. Doubts do come, I can say so, but I always try as much as I can to fight that energy back and replace it with positive thinking and tell myself I'm deserving of everything I desire, and I am deserving of everything I want, and that's on period. But the quote of the day today says it's all about discipline, and it talks about what is the role of discipline, because how do you describe discipline? If you are told today to describe discipline, how would you describe it? For me, this one, I got it and I took it, and it says it is the practice of doing what you don't want to do when you don't want to do it. Like, you have to normalize whatever you're not used to doing, and you have to do it. You have to do it. That there's no excuse. The practice of doing what you don't want to do when you don't want to do it, and pushing yourself further when no one else is going to do it for you, towards making your dreams into reality. Damn, I feel like a teacher. But that is the quote of the day. It says, the discipline is the practice of doing what you don't want to do when you don't want to do it. Like normalizing what you're not used to, but you really have to do it, and pushing yourself further when no one else is going to do it for you, towards making your dreams into reality. You only got yourself, manze. It's like yesterday we were talking about, what has limited so many African youths into wealth. Like, why do we think so many youths have not gotten the opportunity, or don't have the chance of thinking like millionaires, or rather becoming wealthy? And we said one of the chances, or one of the things, is lack of support. Yes, we have lack of support and all that from parents, from everyone. But again, at the end of the day, you don't have to blame, keep on blaming the government. The way we are saying, you're blaming the government all the time, you're blaming your parents all the time. It is high time you also wake up with the little skills you have. And due to technology today, somehow we are thankful to technology, because the gadgets, the smaller gadgets we have, like the device I have in front of me, if I didn't have these, none of you could be able to listen to me, or get the information I'm giving. Or if I have a phone, I can be able to record 1, 2, 3, maybe me pouring the water in a glass, or maybe me doing something crazy, and I get to post it. And from there, you get opportunities, you get supporters. You don't know. I was just saying, you can start with anything, but you find, for you to be disciplined, and maybe you want to become wealthy, discipline starts with you normalizing doing what you're not used to. For me, what I'm really trying to normalize right now is drinking water, because, man, there was a time I was admitted, that was way back. I was admitted because of not drinking water, and that was super bad. So ever since, I'm always scared. But again, I'm not used to it, because I could go like up to 2 weeks I've not taken water. I used to say it's normal, but again, it's not normal. How do you go 2 weeks without drinking water? So one of the things that I'm really normalizing is drinking lots and lots of water. That is what I can really say. I've already like done half of it, so I do hope that that will be the new discipline that I can acquire, teaching myself to doing what I'm not used to. But nonetheless, with that particular quote, I do hope that you are motivated and you're going to normalize discipline in your life. That is what I can say. Getting to do whatever you are not used to doing. But let me get straight to the matters of the day. And before that, I had a question. Can you eat cockroaches? Kindly do let me know. Can you eat a cockroach? And I'll be letting you know why I did ask this particular question before we get to the main topic of the day. Because, just to emphasize a little bit, when you look at us growing up, we've grown up where we've come. We found like technology was it was not that developed like today. For me, when I was growing up, the first television I saw was a black and white television. That is the first television I had. We had different types of radios, or home theaters. We never had the digitalized ones today, like we can connect Bluetooth and all that, some and different gadgets. So my main point is, us growing up, we've grown up seeing different series. Let's say, talk in terms of like soap operas. You've seen maybe there's a TV station which brings up different types of cooking skills, foods, and all that. So you wanna, like, I don't know, somehow it's like they're showing you what. Let me just put it in a simple way for, let me not just complicate myself. Okay, you grow up, you see the screen, or you see people can wear this, or you see people can apply lipstick, or you see this one can do this, or you see this one, instead of using the normal fertilizer, you have to use the chemical one. Okay, so you like, technology has come up with a lot, but again, it has come with its own damages. That is what I can say. We know only the Chinese or the Japanese or whichever continent again, but I don't know of Africa who eat cockroaches. So this is literally crazy. We've seen of for me, I've seen of maybe birds. There's some type of birds which come every time when it rains. Those are the only birds. I don't want to call them birds. It's like some flying insects which are really amazing. Those are the only things I've tried. Anything further than that, I've not. So can you eat cockroaches? And I'll be explaining why. And just for you to tell me, do you think westernization has led most of us, especially the African continent, wanting to try things that are way out of our own culture? What are your thoughts about it as I go straight to other different matters of the day? And I want to start with Uganda. And right now, Uganda, as the president, Yoweri Museveni, has appointed a chief of police and army officer who is, let me just repeat that. Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni appointed as chief of officer and army officer who is blacklisted by the US over alleged human rights violation. And the former head of intelligence, Maj Gen Abel Kadiho, has been accused of abuses including electrocution and sexual assault. And the US said he was sometimes personally involved in interrogations of detained individuals, including critics of the Uganda government. And the police officer is under the spotlight following the prominent author's allegations that he was tortured while detained on charges of insulting Mr. Museveni and his son. This is literally crazy. One, this guy is appointing people. We are speaking of corruption every day. We are speaking of how Africa can be changed. Just the other day, I did get to see that he had appointed his son, I don't know, as the elder or the leader of the army, if I'm not really wrong. And now he goes ahead and even appoints someone who is wanted, who has done crimes, including human rights violation, even sexual assault and electrocution, and you still go ahead and appoint this person to serve your own country. What are you promoting here? Museveni is one of the leaders that I've seen. We speak of Uhuru, but man, Museveni, I think, is even way worse. This guy is literally way worse, because not only has he enslaved his people by being in power for over like 30 years, because I've grown up knowing, I literally even didn't know that Uganda had any other president after me. Like, like starting going to school. I only knew it was Museveni because every time we hear it is Museveni. I've grown up hearing Museveni, 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 and then I had some Ugandan friends. So you never heard them of speaking of any other president. So one thing I can say for Museveni, he has not only enslaved these people in his own country where they can't do anything. There are some rules which are so restricted. Is he has, he is a puppet, yes, but a puppet who has power because he has been there for so long. So this means this guy, even if he appoints, corrupt people or evil people in his country, he'll still be able to escape with it because one, he has been on the chair for so long and he's literally following everything he's being told by the colonies to do. We want you to do this and that is what you're going to do, which is literally crazy. But for me, one thing that I did get to say, and I just can't wait to see it happen, and only if it happens in a peaceful way, I'd love to see the coup happening in Uganda, him being overthrown and either killed or, is that too much of information to give? Because this guy is just literally terrible. Museveni is just literally terrible. But that is what is really happening in Uganda, and I just do hope that because there also some certain issues that were happening in the parliament, regardless of what has been happening in the country, and the MPs had gone on a strike, and they were, they wanted some certain issues to be, solved, and I hope they can be able to, sit down and talk about these particular matters, because I think even the MPs don't have a say. They can't even pass a law or other even go claim anything, because they are scared of the Museveni himself. He has put people into fear. That is what I can say. You see him, you see cold blood. That is what I can say. But that is what is happening in Uganda. I'm gonna take a short musical break. Then when I come back, I'll be discussing more matters coming all the way from South Africa and also different parts of the country, rather the continent, right here on the Black Hot Fire Radio. Do remember to engage with us once again. We are on Facebook, on Twitter, and also on Instagram, as you get to tell me, can you eat a cockroach? That is the question of the day, and I'll be telling you more of why I'm asking this particular question. This is by the one and only Davido Tanana. I hope you enjoy this particular one. Yes, and I can see K. Williams in the building. You're saying, hi, Joby, you better drink water. You will lose your kidney, man. Say, God forbid, I can't even imagine. I wouldn't. I won't lose my kidney. I refuse. I refuse that energy. No, no way. I'm drinking water. I've been trying a lot. It is so hard to cope up with because sometimes when you walk out of the house, you're like very prepared. You're like, now I'll have to carry this bottle of water. By the time you remember, you're so far gone. And, buying water is also some sort of expensive, while others do not even have water in other regions here in the continent. But let me go back to some music. Enjoy this particular one by David.
Oh, it's another Saturday. I ain't gon' play. I don't come shit, baby. I don't come waste time. Yeah, one time. Yeah, one time. Yeah, one time. Yeah, one break. Yeah, one call. Yeah, one do. Yeah, one turn up. Yeah, come take my matter to you. Yeah, you. Okay, you bad, you plenty. You are the only one I see. 1 million girls, nobody you. I've been out waiting for daddy. Waiting I go do this time, body. Take all of my money, girl, it's your money. Saturday, I ain't complete. I don't come shit, baby, I don't come waste time. Yeah, one time, yeah, one time, yeah, one time, yeah, one break, yeah, one call, yeah, one do, yeah, one turn up, yeah, come take my matter to you. Papa, you know be my second. But this your matter be like setup. And I don't know what else to say. Cause I'm feeling your type of way. My ego go don't enter express. Oh, love don't jam my head. Oh, everything don't scatter. Yeah, back nigga from the leader. Yeah, don't play me like that. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Let me wipe my waist for daddy. And I want to go. Baby, I make no let this matter if I go I ain't complete. I know I'm shitty, baby. I know I'm waste time. Me, I want ta-da-da. Me, I want ta-da-da. Me, I want ta-da-da. Me, I want big. Me, I want oh. Me, I want oh. Me, I want to know. Me, I can't take my mama got you.
Yes, and that is Davido with the one and only Tiwa Savage playing right here on the Black Hot Fire Radio Media for the 21st century. This is the Pan African Bliss. My name is Joby Karibuni Sana. Once again, hope you are doing great. It being the 10th of February, the year 2022. What are the plans for Valentine? Of course, you know the scam of Valentine's, but do you have any plans? Yesterday, we were speaking of how right now so many men, if you have been multitasking women, at this particular point is when you know that you've been cooking yourself in a very hot soup, because you'll have to know how you're going to have to speak to these women. If it's two of them, you have to be either at different places at different times. If it's four of them, you have to know how to multitask all this. It's either you send gifts, or I don't know why women are always so literally excited about Valentine's. It's crazy. For me, being honest, me growing up, ever since I began the dating session, I can say I've never been the type of person to pressure a man because of Valentine's, or because I want flowers, or because people are being taken out. You should take me out. You should take me out every day. Why would you take me out on 14th of February only? That is literally crazy. Literally crazy. If it's to spoil me every day. Treat me like the lady I am every day, not on that particular day for you to act like I'm special in your life on that day. Nah, that is literally crazy. But before I go back to the matters of the day, I did get to ask, would you eat a cockroach? And let me know, would you eat a cockroach? Because I think some of the things, as I said from the beginning, are out of the African continent. I don't know if they ever existed, unless I'm missing some part of the history that I've not been told, or that I've not seen, or I've never been taught. I've not seen anyone in Africa, preparing cockroach as a dinner, or as for breakfast, or as for lunch, or as a dessert. But we've seen this particular matters being done in China and in Japan. And I'm speaking about the westernization, which is our main focus of the day. As westernization, do you think westernization, as you tell me, can you eat a cockroach? Do you think westernization has promoted Africans losing, rather getting away from their own culture, trying to escape, trying new things? Yes, it's okay to try new things, but a cockroach, that is literally crazy. But we'll be going back to that particular one. K Williams is saying you got to get better to come on. People are asleep. I'm getting ready to work, and it is for 20 a.m. in where are you listening to us from, by the way? I tend to forget a lot where you're listening and streaming with us from. But thank you, K. Williams, for being with us. And you're saying, and what was the question? The question is, will you eat a cockroach? Will you eat a cockroach? Mende. How do I mende? We say it mende in Swahili. Would you eat a cockroach? A cockroach. A cockroach. These things are always, you find them in either a dirty place, or I don't know. A cockroach. A cockroach. Let me just share the image of a cockroach. Of course, a cockroach. So why would I share an image? A cockroach. Just tell me if you eat a cockroach, because for me, I think westernization, and that is our main focus of the day. Westernization has led a lot of Africans trying to walk away from their culture, trying new things which are literally out of this world to speak of, and which we'll be talking about just in a few. But for now, our focus again goes back to Ethiopia, and we've known of the fights that have been happening between Ethiopia and the Tigray the Tigray rebels. And right now, the UN deputy chief has expressed optimism about talks between the Ethiopian government and the Tigrayan rebels. And they're saying that we are certainly in a much better place. And there is much more conversation. And that is Amina Mohammed who said that. That is, after returning from the war-torn regions of Tigray. And he's saying that there is certainly less hostility than there was a few months ago. And Ms. Mohammed was accompanied by the chief, by the African Union's meditator, former Nigeria President Olusegun Obasanjo. Hey, that name is hard to pronounce. But my main issue is, and this takes me way back when this war began, and we've had the African Union. Yes, we know these people have nothing, literally. It's still going back to the same government we keep on pointing fingers at. These people, they created, rather they made this organization when it comes to Africa, maintaining peace, because that is one of the things that I saw they're supposed to be doing, maintaining peace and order, and ensuring that everything is doing okay in the continent. But ever since the fight that began in Tigray, rather between the Tigray rebels and the Ethiopian people, I've not seen the African Union coming forth and speaking about this matter. They always come out of nowhere, and start speaking about this particular matter. Or just, you hear this, there's been found a solution this way, or that this came up and ended up this way, or the UN had to say this. Why is it that, African nations need to come up? We need to come to a certain point where we need to say no, no more this, no more this. And it will not, if it doesn't start with us, because personally, I think it will come to a point where people will get tired of everything, being controlled, being told this. God knows, what might happen even before the end of this year, another pandemic or anything else. We're tired of the African continent being led. Yesterday, they get to share a video of, because I wanted to understand how did we end up being here. Yes, it started with when slavery was there, and when Africa came up together and said that there's no more selling of slavery, no more doing this, no more selling our people, no more giving away our people. Africans had already like given a lot. We'd already lost a lot. We gave away our resources, gave away our knowledge, and the Mzungu had realized how weak we are. And you can't tell me for over 200 years, because kids says it's been over 200 years where we've been kept in poverty, or other, our minds are being brainwashed up to date, and no one sees the effect. Personally, I'm seeing the effect right now, and me being on the continent, it is even way effective, like way crazy, because you see, relate everything every day. If you speak of matters of tribalism, it's there every day, applying in matatus, applying where you're working, applying in shops, applying even at work. It is applying literally everywhere, which is so crazy. And I just hope that Africa can be able to change all these. It has to come to a point. If it is not us, trust you me, if it is not us, the generation that we are realizing the truth right now, who are going to raise up and say no more to all these things, because we can't keep on waiting on the leaders. They are going to keep on electing puppets every day, day in, day out. They're going to be choosing people who can, no longer make Africa move forward, or make Africans realize the truth of what we've been missing for all those years. So, that is what is happening in Ethiopia. But for me, on this particular matter, what I can say is, in general, we don't have to depend on the, I don't know, the UN, the what, even this African Union itself, it should all be demolished. If you were to change, whether if Africa was one day to wake up and say that we no longer need all this should be demolished, all this should be eliminated, the African Union and all this, and come up with something different. First, by making Swahili a continental language. People to go back, either it's going back to school, or you'll have to study either way how you can learn Swahili, and make things easier in the continent. Let's go back to trading and making Africa a better continent. That is what I can say. But thank you so much for being with us, family. Let me go back to some music. Then when I come back, I'll be talking, rather going back to the main focus of the day, which is, do you think Westernization has led the African culture, rather the African people walking away from their culture? And will you eat a cockroach? Let me know, K. Williams, if you will be able to put some cockroach and ugali in your stomach, and that is what's up. By the one and only Fireboy DML, this is Jealous. Enjoy it. Coming all the way from Nigeria to you, right here on the Black Out Fire Radio.
What do you give me is not enough. You know, tell me I don't want all enough. What do you give me is not enough. Don't wanna see you with anybody. You want don't wanna see you with anybody. You getting addicted, I'm getting addicted, oh baby. I'm getting addicted, oh no. I'm getting addicted to you. Say I'm getting addicted, oh no. I'm getting addicted, oh baby. I'm getting addicted, oh no. I'm getting addicted to you. And I've been done to me. My baby, you got me chasing after you. And I've been done to me, oh. Got me chasing after you. And I've been done to me, yeah. You got me chasing after you. And I've been done to me, oh. Got me chasing after you.
Yes, and this is one of the jams that I'm saying to you. I think even when I'm on my sleep, I don't know what really happened. Keith, can you hear me? Okay, I don't know what really happened over there, but okay, I think it was Keith who did the damage. But I was saying this is one of the jams that I'll be singing even when I'm on my sleep. That is Jealous by the one and only Fireboy, playing right here on the Black Out Fire Radio Media for the 21st century. Going back to the matters of the day and before that, still focusing on the question, would you eat a cockroach? And do you think westernization, has led the African people to going away, rather running away from their culture, trying things that are even out of this world? Because personally, me growing up, I've never heard of, oh, Ugandans eat cockroach, or Tanzanian people eat cockroach, or Kenyans in some parts of the regions, they eat cockroach. Even if I've had it, personally, I think it came all the way from China, and that is the truth. And I was speaking of how technology has helped a lot of people, yes, but again, I think it has led even Africa to try things that are not our culture. We're trying things that are not our things. We're eating things that are not supposed to be eaten. But I'm speaking in the likes of Tanzania, and I know this brings a lot of questions, and they're saying, how do you feel about eating cockroaches? Do let me know. And I can see Kit in the building. I would just love to ask him if you'd eat a cockroach. Good morning, Kit.
What?
Good morning.
You
just woke up.
I guess so, Joby. It's like 4:00 in the damn morning.
Okay, karibu sana.
You just woke up.
Karibu sana. I'm asking, would you eat a cockroach?
Huh?
Would you eat a cockroach?
Huh?
Yes. Stop giving me that look. Just give me a yes or no.
That means fuck no.
Well, I'm in Tanzania right now, and I was just asking, maybe as the family also tried to engage with me, do you think westernization has led a lot of people to, it has led African people, getting away?
I seen your video. Yes, I seen your video yesterday. Some of the truth. Always take what you learn and a white person is teaching you. Always take 20% maybe truth and the other 80% lies. A lot of that shit you played was lies. The African wasn't selling slaves. African was fighting. That wasn't the African economy slavery selling. That cracker's a lie. It wasn't slavery selling. Oh, the African sold slaves. African was at war with these people. We think they just came in. How to explain the Jesus shit then? How explain the mind control? And they were it was a free thing of trade. It's a lie. white people are psychopaths. They're always gonna tell you some fake lie. Oh, the Africans were just selling slaves and shit, and that's why they were fucking stupid. They were immoral for selling their own people. They were selling slaves. Out of your fucking mind. You always get white people tell you something. I always know it's a lie with it. The Africans. That's why these dumb niggers. Why their kind of so fucked up now. They were selling their own people. They were just doing evil, wicked. No one else was doing it. It was these niggers selling their slaves, selling their people to Asians, to white people. No, Africa was invaded. That's why these people up north are not black no more. The Africans say, "Hey, come into Africa, invade," and you know. I was listening to this bullshit this cracker's talking about. It's absolute fucking lies. The Africans are so poor and blah blah. He didn't say it. Yeah, you tell he told yes because of the corruption and he tell that it was the Europeans that put these puppets in there. How these leaders they had no choice. They're corrupt. So the European, if you don't do the corruption, you won't get access to African resources. What? Motherfucker, they came in and dominated, destroyed the African mind. He mentioned none of that shit. He mentioned how Northern Africa was completely taken over by. He got it right. He said the Ottomans. Exactly. I said those are Turks. He got that right. But he can go deep. Say like the northern part. He said he told you about the Ottoman Empire coming in. The motherfuckers now out there call themselves Arabs. They're not. They're Turks. Arabs were black people. So white people always come in and claim your identity, just like the fake white Jew up there. It's a fake. Regional Jews are black, but they come in, because they're cave people. See, Africans don't know that these are cave people. They're from the fucking caves. That's why you got your nails? Why you wear long nails? Because white people used to wear long nails, and they scratched on the cave. Women don't even know the history. Give you real history. Now, yeah, I'm gonna fuck your mind up. Give you real history, not the shit, not this bullshit. That's why why your nails are long, because they would scrape on the cave walls. They couldn't talk. That's why. See, you learn their history, mess your mind up. That these people got here 2 days ago. They want to. Just like shout out to Dr. Ali Touré. I knew they ran. The script said they ran. I know black people. He said they cried when they first seen white people because they said they had to be cursed because they made them in secret. So when the Africans first seen white people, they all cry like, "Oh my God, how the fuck are you like this?" It's like an albino. The Africans cried. I know they all was like, "What the fuck is going on?" I know the script said it. I was like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is this? Because this white skin is not normal. Now, it's the white African now idolizes the shit. It's not normal. It's not part of nature. To be white is unnormal. But it said that the African was selling slaves. That's a lie. The African was at war. People were invading Africa because it was wealthy. Invading. Africa was fighting his ass off for the last 1,500 years. Africa was under attack, fighting, war after war after war after war after war. Africa wants to say, "Oh, just take my people and we'll just be work." You think that's how Africa got weak? Because of these constant raids from these fucking savages. Because Africa at that time, years ago, was the only civilized part of the planet. These motherfuckers couldn't read, couldn't write, That's why they've assumed your culture. Because that's why your history is hidden from you. They're taking your history and lied. Now they're the Arabs and all kind of crazy shit. You're like, what? You go back and cover all this old crazy shit. And then they'll tell you, he tell you about the mind control. They came in, finally got control, started teaching you fake white religion, and either from the fake white Arab who's a Turk, taught you that Allah shit. Or that fake cracker up there taught you that Jesus shit, the mind control, the constant war. Africans were at war. They thought they couldn't get the continent because they weren't strong enough. Africa's been fighting wars with these cracker. It's only now that we finally got subdued. They had the slaves take. Well, they couldn't fight African people. They were always losing. So we're always at war with us, always, since the day. Shout out to Dr. Ali Abbott too. Since the day we met these motherfuckers, it was war. And that's what all the documents say. Never been peace between us and none of these people. Always war. Always. On the spot. Because Africa had everything. People starving in fucking Europe. But nothing in Europe, but nothing in Asia. People starving. The African being nice went around taught these motherfuckers how to read, how to write, how to farm, how to do everything. And the African figured, okay, well, they'll be like us. No, they're not like you, motherfuckers. They're psychopaths. They're not like you, African people. They're psychopaths. That's why you think all this shit's happening now again with the great pandemic, you fucking moron. Or you think they wiping out, can they say it on their fucking planet? I think they wiping out shit. Your ancestors told you, if you didn't wake up, they'll murder you off the planet. Don't wake your black ass up, they'll murder you off the planet. Those are actual documents written by the Moors. You don't wake up, these motherfuckers will murder us off the planet. Because they're vicious psychopaths. You're sitting with a goddamn, you don't understand them? The African has not studied them. They've always studied you. You have not studied them. They know everything about you. They know about your melanin, what it does, who you are, that you're super people, that you're loving people. They know everything about your ass. You don't know can't every black woman in the world wearing these fucking nails. Don't know where it came from. Came from cave culture. You don't know why you have candlelight dinner when and you got the fake Valentine's about fucking pedophilia. Oh, I'm gonna do my Valentine's about having sex with children, you moron. And did you also know when they go having candlelight dinners? They had candlelight because they were in the caves. That's why they had candles and shit. Because they were in the caves, couldn't see shit. And the caves are still there, but isn't it funny? All the caves these crackers have blocked up, and it's illegal to go in. The ones in England are blocked up. The ones over in Turkey, the ones up in Caucasus Mountain, they're all blocked up. So you can't go in and research their history of living in these fucking caves. When we say a caveman, that's a fact. Crackers come from the caves. Cave culture. Do you understand? And glad Dr. Ali again. I'm looking at that thing on the website. Somebody put up the exact, had nothing to do. They tell her, it was they was in a harsh climate. That's why they so fucked all that lies. They tell they was in the snow. That's why I never said no. It had nothing to do with no climate. Why they fucked up. Because they were in the snow and all this stuff. All these lies. African went to Europe and became a white man. That's a fucking lie. That's the white man told you that lie. Ain't nobody black go to no Europe, become white, become no Asian. That's the lie they keep telling. Because they supposedly came from us. No. Your genetics came from the black woman, but didn't nobody black go to Europe, become white? Did nobody become and understand what he told you about how they see the world is completely different? You're melanated, moron. When you look out your eyes, like I told Katie, when you look out your eyes, you can see your peripheral vision is right here. You can see your damn arm. Asian can only see up to here. And that's true because the slant eye. And the European can only see this view. If you stand right there, the European can't even see your ass because his eyesight is fucked up. So they see the whole world completely different. Like when the bridge of their nose is all pointy and shit, so they got a divide, so they see a divide and conquer world. Their view is completely different than yours. You haven't learned them. So you understand? Everything a European teach you is a goddamn lie. And he's right. Out of reading I did, when I was learning, like, damn, this truth, reading book after book. I said, I gotta learn them. So I can't just take what they said because they're psychopaths. Their culture is psychopathic. And this not me, it's not my opinion. They've already diagnosed themselves as psychopaths. That's what they are. That's why they come in, steal everything, hoard. Everybody can see black people in poverty and shit and blame you as they stealing from everything. Oh, it's your fault, nigga. You in poverty. Look at you. You poor and shit. As they stealing everything from you. That's a psychopath. African is not like that. Oh, I lost it. I lost Joby. Wait for Joby to come back. On the show, If that's true, Mr. Williams, I get Joby to come back. I get something to drink. My voice is fucked up. Early in the morning. It's hot in this damn house. Shit. Turn this AC on. It's hot up in here. Wait for Joby to come back. Whew. Just give me a minute. Yeah, shit. Still up early. Oh shit, Joby ain't came back yet. Oh shit on. Hold on. Oh shit, Joby ain't came back yet. Well, that's true. Okay, she's back. Leave Joby to show back up. I think she's back. That's right, George. They got us in the sleeper hold. That's right, George. They got us in the sleeper hold. You up early as hell in Canada, Joe. George, you. But yes, they got us in the sleeper hold. Africans start to learn, like Joby. I love her that she's learning so much. But always take what they teach you with a grain of salt. Always understand there's always 80% may be truth, and go over there, and 20% truth, 80% lies. You know, oh, the African was just selling his people and blah, blah, blah. You got your fucking mind. African was fighting so many wars. It's under invasion. Africa was under fucking invasion. Africans are not warlike people. We're not a warlike people, so we couldn't understand how the wars, these people are warlike. So,
My question was,
go ahead.
My question was, do you think Westernization has also tampered with the African culture because of what we see on the screens every day, what we hear on the news every day?
Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because I was surprised. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. You're surprised about what?
I'm saying I was surprised when I saw that in Tanzania, they also they do business in terms of selling cockroaches, and people are eating that. And I was just saying, I've never seen in Africa. I've seen this in China, Japan.
That's called low vibration.
You know, they're the people who came with this idea of eating cockroaches. Maybe it gets lost by what is not ours.
Nope. Certain thing Africans do you weren't supposed to eat. Everything has a vibration of frequency. Africans now deranged. Certain things you were never supposed to eat, Joby. We weren't supposed to eat much meat. I know I'm addicted to it now. We didn't eat much meat. Because we're African people like nature. We're like plants. That's why we're melting. That's why plants are melting. We were supposed to eat mostly a plant-based diet, but I didn't grow up know none of this shit. You know, I didn't grow up know none of this stuff. No one talk. As Dr. Ali's tell you, as Dr. Africa said, we're miseducated. We're highly miseducated. Like you said, he was talking about he was talking about Carji Woods. I think I still got that book. I'm gonna check about one of my son's rooms in here. He still got that book, The Miseducation of the Negro. Dr. Carji Wilson said it took him 20 years to unlearn his high school education, all the lies the white man had filled in his head. I don't know. So it took him 20 years to unlearn those lies. Say, how long does it take you to unlearn lies? No, you don't eat no fucking cockroaches because things have light. Everything's light, Joby. That's a lesser light. So you don't eat that shit because you're godly people. You know not to eat shit that crawls on the ground. And they think it's just food. These people are animals, so they're less alike, Joby. Everything's about probably a bit about melanin real quick. Understand what melanin does, how important it is, that black skin you have, how godly it is. But Africans don't even know that anymore. It's a sad fact. You knew certain things you were not supposed to eat. Can't eat everything. Things not good for us. It has a lesser form of light. Only reason why we ate, as we fell in frequency, that's when you had to start eating. Because like I showed you, Africans only have to eat once they start to learn, be actually educated as a child. Africans only need to eat nothing. You eat the light because you are a light being. That's why that other African said he ain't started learning, damn, I don't even have to eat shit. As an African, no, you eat the light. You're the closest thing to God. You don't need to eat shit. God don't have to eat nothing. But you never taught this. I think Joby froze again. They sell us on a system that works if the right people are in charge. What we don't understand is the system is perverted. Exactly right, George. Remember, for Joby then froze again on me. I gotta wait on Joby to come on back. Oh, she there. Okay. She paused. You there, Joby? You back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. So, yeah, it's a perverted system. And since they miseducated, Africans understand what this brown, beautiful skin inside the body does. What does melanin do? It's such a magical God genetics. So magical. It's so, your whole life. That's why you told to hate it. You don't know. You're miseducated. Cracker knows what it does. He knows. He knows what it does. They know what it do. But see, when you don't understand their culture, how they're lesser than you, you think they're more than you. So you'll think, oh, they eat bugs. You're not supposed to eat no fucking bugs. It's a lesser form of light. Everything is just what you see. Let me explain this. We see animals and other things, right? You see an outer shell, Joby. But the African knew that was just nothing but light. Everything's created from light with a slowed down vibration. This is light. Computer's light. It's all light. But a slowed down vibration frequency allows you to make the material, the minerals to make a computer, but it's all light. So that's why science is so important. The African doesn't know science no more. He was a scientist. Shout out to Dr. Ali too. Africans got to go back to being a scientist. Can't be on TikTok and all this dumb shit jumping on milk crates, doing dumbass challenges and all kind of dumb. You got to go back to being a scientist. Got to know how the world works. So the Africans now, like what I said, the Africans now are moron. They understand that light, when you look at a periodic table of elements, the African knew that was all light. Every element was the same, from steel to aluminum, magnesium. All thing that was different was the vibration, because it was light, slowed down, and that meant a certain vibration. So steel and aluminum's the same. It just, each one has a different vibrational property that makes it the material. It's all from light. And it all comes down from light. Goes from light. I think the first one is air, then water. You look at the periodic table. So the African knew that. So everything's light, slowed down. So he said, well, damn, certain things I can't eat. It's a lesser form of light. Cockroach is a lesser form of, put that shit in you because everything is in it. All you're doing eating, Job, is to get energy. Eating is energy. So if you get everything from light, Africa knew, shit, I really only have to motherfucking eat if I do these certain processes. So that's why we eat much meat. Meat is a lesser form of light. That's why they get sick, got diseases in it. That's a European diet that was inflicted on us. Everything's European that was inflicted on us while we eat what the fuck we, like you thought ugali was fucking African. Ugali no fucking African. See, that shit came from Mexico. You don't even know. It's got to be, African countries got to have ugali. Joe, but that ain't even African. 'Cause and she ain't even what African country
I
doesn't
love
have
me some
nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Of course,
Ugali.
but I was laughing when you thought I was laughing because you thought me knowing what I knew wasn't African. Like these African countries but don't have ugali. It's like don't have ugali. Joby, ugali's not even African. What are you
We have
saying?
maize. We have maize, so we can make ugali.
You can make it now, but it's not indigenous to
We have
Africa.
maize.
Yes, but it's not indigenous. And maize is indigenous to here, America. The Americas is where it's indigenous to. It's not you can grow it now in Africa, but it's not an indigenous plant. The European brought it in when he was conquering Africa from over here. He brought it in and started planting it there because it's cheap. Maize is cheap to grow. Corn is cheap. So, and also a lot of it destroys the land because doesn't cultivate the land. Well, it becomes ice. It's cold way to explain it. Yeah. I used to explain that like that way. I used to explain like that way, George. You got vapor, like we see mist. That's different. Okay, the more you might see mist, right? Mist becomes rain, becomes ice. It's all the same element. They're just different vibrations. And the more something has light, it has a magnetic field around it. Ice, when you have ice water, it's still water. It's not flowing, but it has a stronger vibration. It has a stronger magnetic field on it so that water's trapped. And then when the vibration lifts, it becomes water. It can float. And then when the water has a different vibration, it becomes mist. And it goes back up in the clouds, it comes down to rain again. It becomes mist. That's all light, but under a different vibration, different frequency. So that's how you understand it. That's why I just explained to George how we came from the non-physical being down to the physical. We fell in vibration. So we fell into these bodies, which has a strong magnetic field. The light is trapped within this fucking body. The light is trapped. Just like water, when it's ice, it's trapped. It's trapped within that's why you take a magnet, put it against your freezer. Remember in America, George, and Canada, we put these as a kid I understand we put these magnets on everyone put our kids' picture up on the refrigerator. We use a magnet, it sticks to the code. I didn't understand the science. I know now what it means. Motherfucker, that's the science code. That's a magnetic field. That's our body is magnetized into a magnetic field. So that's why magnets can stick to ice, to the cold, because it has a strong magnetic field. And the further you get back, Joby needs to be banned from Ugali.
No way.
Joby go out there and start killing people. You couldn't give her no Ugali. I want that to happen.
No, I'd rather ugali than anything else.
Joby go out there and start committing murder out there.
I woke up and ate ugali today. I woke up and ate ugali for breakfast. That's how amazing it is. But what I can say as a conclusion, my question regarding all this is because of trying to see, because I've never grown up here in any African country which eats cockroaches or rats or frogs and all that. We've seen it from the Chinese and all that. So when I was asking about the westernization, and it makes me now understand the term programming, that we have been programmed. Whatever we see, it is like also, they want us to copy, and of which Africans have fell into it. We try to copy everything we see. Or you see a new recipe, now you want to try cooking cockroaches. You see that if you bleach, you become in light skin and you can be liked in a certain company, you want to do that for you to get a certain job. So it is the programming and the brainwash which has really done a lot of damages. And
brainwash,
I don't know.
It's funny we show that video, the white man and talk about the brainwashing. Yes, you're brainwashed. You don't know who you are. And it's funny, it's just that the African slave became put. Why is the brainwashing so deep, then, dude? I said, why do Africans worship other people, worship other cultures? Because his culture was completely ripped out of him, and other shit was poured into his head, to his brain, they doesn't like to be even who they are anymore. That's why you got people running around skin bleaching, all kind of ridiculous. That's called self-hate. That was put there. That skin bleaching is real all over Africa, not just Africa, outside of all African people. From the Caribbean, it's bad in fucking Jamaica, it's bad in fucking Haiti. I don't think it's bad. Yeah, I think it's pretty bad in fucking Brazil. I'm not sure about Colombia. But when you got big African populations, Nigeria, Ghana, all that shit, they did. And our God, yeah, the God is white. And that's the, they don't know white means death. Anything closer to white is death. But the African don't know science. He don't know that no more. Shit's crazy. Even when you die, the body becomes white. They don't know that. They Zungu conquer them. Zungu is brilliant. And Zungu is brilliant. He's so smart. Zungu is so smart now. He's smarter than me and blah, blah, blah. It's a hard thing to unlearn. We've been miseducated so badly. Go ahead, Joby.
It is true. But that is what I really wanted to discuss today. I want to come to the end of the broadcast. I just wanted to conclude and understand.
Man, you only been on here 40 minutes. It's about 10 more minutes. What the hell is the word? You've been on here 40 minutes.
Okay.
That's 20 more minutes. What the hell's going on? You guys got some secret person in the studio, some shit that's going on. Got 20 more minutes. I think I got up early for it. Got 20 more minutes, 41 minutes on this damn thing.
You woke up late.
Now, I see the time, how long you been on it, 41 minutes. So you got 20 more minutes to go. Hey, good morning, Janet. How you doing, sister? You up early? You up rather early up in Indianapolis? But yeah. Tell Katie ass to wait. She got time. Shit.
But of course, as we continue, okay, with another matter that I wanted to talk about is Nigeria. Right now, Nigerians are queuing for fuel, and I just wanted to check. Nigeria is rich in what? In which particular?
They got what fuel? What about?
They are queuing for fuel. Like they have less fuel right now in Nigeria.
Nigeria's an oil giant that don't control. It shouldn't be queuing nowhere for fuel in Nigeria. It's It's the oil giant of the continent. It's the number one oil producer in Africa right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's the biggest economy.
They're saying that limited fuel supply and a recall of petroleum products have caused long queues at a petrol station across Nigeria, and it was formed on February 8th this particular year that contaminated fuel imported by the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation was in circulation. I do not really understand why. I still don't get it why we have every beggars.
When you get oil, Joby, you have to. When you get the oil, you got to refine it. Mm-hmm. Nigeria's an oil giant. But the country's backwards, country's corrupt as fuck. Leaders are corrupt as fuck. Beyond leaders are corrupt as fuck. The Europeans control it. That's why you got people queuing in line. Should be nobody queuing in line in no Nigeria for any oil, for any gas. Because the gas, they are a gas giant. They can refine their own gas and give it out for damn near free. Nigeria's supposed to be 10 times wealthier than fucking Saudi Arabia. But you got the African moron up in there, the puppets. Everybody that cracker didn't tell you on that video. You got these puppets in there. All the wealth goes to Europeans. And so, and these countries are so damn dysfunctional. African countries are dysfunctional. Well, you see it. That's why, yes, but the South Africans know. They like, oh, man, we won't be like the rest of Africa. Africa doesn't work. It's dysfunctional shit. Like, nah. So, they made Africa dysfunctional from these puppets. You guys are talking about Museveni, this moron, this idiot.
Man, he's crazy. He just appointed someone as a chief and someone who has done crimes like sexual assault. How do you go ahead and appoint someone as a chief?
Because he's corrupt, Joby. They put this moron in there and kept him in power. I told you. Uganda had no money. How do you think they paid for the military to keep the black people down? They put this moron up in there. They probably ready to get rid of him. They put another puppet in there. This motherfucker's a ridiculous moron. Museveni does the billion of the white people. That's why you find the Ugandans in the Congo and down in Central African Republic stealing fucking goddamn resources to get to white people. That's why they're there. Why the Ugandan military in the Congo. Told you the Congo's the richest part of the planet. So they get this puppet ass nigga, go down there and say you're fighting terrorism, whatever. But get in there, you better get those minerals, nigga. You better get them. Or we'll get rid of your fucking stupid ass. You know, your people are backwards and stupid. They don't know you. They don't know you're a fucking moron. Everybody in the world knows nigga not supposed to be a leader of anything. He's a moron. He's a joke. He's probably one of the worst. Him and probably that Paul Beard, that African, this shit, it pains my heart when you see these niggas come to the UN and people laughing at their ass. That's why John Magufuli never went to none of that shit. John Magufuli knew that they were laughing at these niggas. That's why everybody, only one never showed up, and then he going to France, going to Russia, Japan. But John Pongi Magufuli, I'm not going to be disrespected as an African. These fucking morons can go run around the white daddy with a bowl and they're begging over. I told you Africa's not poor, Africa's rich. All these other kooky ass motherfuckers in the 70s, right? That's why John Magufuli called his ass a clown. Everybody knows the problem. Called that nigga Museveni a fucking clown. That's what he is. Mm-hmm. Should he be a janitor, let alone a head of a country? This fucking moron. Shit is absolutely laughable. But they say till the African wakes up, starts overthrowing these people. That's why you got massive coups. There's a wake up coming. Not gonna stop the wake up. All these coups.
I was saying I wish in Uganda it happens, and it should happen in a peaceful way where people won't have to be innocent, people won't have to be affected. I wish it happens. It's going to be hard, definitely.
The Europeans not gonna give up Africa, Joby, peaceably. You keep telling the European is not a peaceable person. They're not gonna give up Africa peaceably. They're gonna say, "Oh, you can have Africa back, you dumb niggas. Here you go." And I'm gonna get back to the richest thing on the planet back peaceably, Joby. They took Northern Africa and all of Southern Africa. You finally got them out parts of, like I told you, Rhodesia was in Zimbabwe's Rhodesia. They didn't get them Africans had to fight to get Zimbabwe back. They didn't give it peaceably. They had Africans they were torturing them, killing them, raping them. Shit. Africans was like, please just treat us fairly in our own land, begging and shit. You can't beg the crackers. Teach you as a weak, you gotta know them. They're vicious. When you don't understand they're not you, these crackers are vicious. You can't go begging and, oh, please treat us fairly, please do us right, don't do us like this. He doubles down on his wickedness on your ass. Doubles down, because then they don't even respect you. She's just a groveling. You understand their culture. He'll respect you if you fight him. That's what you don't understand. You should love them. All this bitch that white people. I know that. I said, you guys respect us. How can we respect you? You niggas don't fight. We come in, smack you in the fucking head, take your land. No, we don't respect your ass. I said, I know you, coach. I know you don't. You don't even respect the African. You might hate them when they fight, but you respect.
The thing is, the same thing you said. They know us. They have studied us, but we have not studied them. That is the difference. That is the huge difference
they know you. They know you. You know your spiritual. They came and put the religion on. They know you're spiritual people. They know we're spiritual people. So they change your spiritual and put their religion in it. You still everybody running around with Jesus, oh Lord, Jesus, or Allah. You're spiritual people. So if I take away your spirituality, like Spike said, I got to replace it with something. I'm gonna replace it with you worshiping me. I'm not gonna replace it with no truth. You're gonna worship me. So you're gonna be in a church, talk about white Allah, white Jesus. Ain't none of this shit ever gonna help you because it's a lie to begin with. But I don't give a fuck. As long as you worship me, it means I get to come in Africa, do all kind of wicked shit. I don't get prosecuted because you see me as your God. I can rape women, kill people. You're like, why is the white person not getting? Well, he's white. Let's take it easier on him. That's how I fixed the whole culture. Permeates all of Africa. You know how many crimes these crackers come in and do? Raping black women and killing them, getting them. Like that cracker running around in Kenya purposely giving black women AIDS. Who the fuck would you think would do some wicked ass shit like that? You know how wicked you gotta be, Joby? Some poor ass cracker sitting up in the, I know these Africans worship me. I ain't got no money, but they think I got money to go to Kenya. So ain't the British gonna go to British colonies, the French gonna go to French because they all do it. Say we're gonna come in. He got AIDS, so he's purposely infecting black women. Black women, oh, it's a Mzungu. Since you don't know, you're a fucking moron. You don't know the Mzungu got the AIDS, not you. You believe it come from you because you're stupid, you're miseducated. So you say, oh, the Mzungu likes me. Oh my God. You sleep with this Mzungu, he's giving you fucking AIDS. Here you go, dumb bitch. Here go your AIDS. Sleep with all these black women in Kenya, like 100. You find the French do it, and all African French call it the French cracker, goes to Africa, sleeps with all these women. They tell you, they laugh about it. Go there, told you, study them. I be in Nate chat rooms pretending to be white. Yeah, okay, yeah, what do you do? I go, yeah, these dumbass African bitches, I don't care where they at. Are they in Africa or America or Caribbean? They worship white skin, so hell, we go in there, we can destroy because we'll give their ass AIDS and they'll know they got it, and they'll sleep with somebody black and hopefully it goes throughout the whole community because they dumbass. Man, you got to go in there. I told you guys, go to their chat rooms. Want to learn something about this cracker? You start going pretend to be white. Go in their goddamn spaces, like that Reddit.com, that other shit. Motherfucker, you better learn to understand the psyche of your enemy. So shit. Go ahead.
The incident that happened in Tanzania made us see a lot because when that guy when he saw us furious, he never expected that. That is the first thing. Then he started acting like, I can't hear you. We know you can hear us. The difference is you used to your wife obeying everything you say in such a way she couldn't even go to the beach because you used to ask her, do you even go out? So like, I can't go alone. I must go with, this Mzungu, my husband. Like, okay, you can't go alone. You don't even know. You are a
How old was she, Joby? How old was she?
I don't know. She looks, I don't know, maybe my age or maybe.
Yeah, she was young. He was young. Yeah. That cracker was like 65 years old. It's that old nasty looking cracker.
He had a very big belly, like
I think his belly was all nasty and fat.
Oh, so all of them, the shock was on them because every time we used to find different men, they're just adding. Today it's 3, tomorrow it's 4, tomorrow it's 5, tomorrow they're 7, they're there drinking. But the crazy thing is that every time they used to wake up, or rather we bump into the stair, they're like, hi. So you think you're cool? You're not cool, you think you're cool. So they expected us to give them the attention, like,
exactly.
Hi.
Exactly. That's exactly, Joe. But they don't understand exactly. Because they know the mind. That's why they come to Africa. They know your mind's fucked up. They know black people worship white skin. So they know that. Understand that? They know this. That's why they're there. They know the whole things that come down and abuse black women. What they do. That's why they come in. Just like you got old white women. Be there with young black men. Because they know you worship some old nasty.
That's why I was discussing about the other day when I was talking about if this Wazungu follow the right orders when it comes to owning properties in Africa, because the same guy, we asked him, why is it that in this hotel of yours there's no poster in the map or anything indicating your hotel or your name? And he was like, things are expensive, I can't afford this. So you want things for free, that is the benefit you want. You just want to benefit, then go back home and use this lady because she can translate things for you, and that's it. Like you have to know good. That is all I can say.
All right, Toby, that's right. I'm gonna use this black woman. She's a fucking moron, a young child. I'll sleep with her goofy ass, but he'll never leave the hotel to her. She'll be out penniless and poor when he dies. He's not leaving shit to her. He hates African people. See, understand? That's why the African understand. Why is he sleeping with? Because he's going to sleep with a user, you moron. It doesn't mean he likes it. They erase the front. So they'll sleep with you.
That's why he looks like even he has grandchildren. He looks like he had grandchildren. That guy was old. The guy was old.
Yes, he was. That's why I said he's about 65. Said he's an old man. Imagine being a young lady with that old white skin and the smell. God. Shout out to Jack. I got 10 minutes. I got 6 more minutes to jump up. I'm gonna go play that shit with Dr. Afric. They smell different. Yeah, everybody has a different smell.
They do because we first faced it the time. I think it was the first or the second day. Then we walked in with Kate. I think it was Kate or me who found the dirty clothes first. The day we were showing you guys like how they go to the bathroom, they leave everything there. I was like, what the hell is this? And like they expect me to show the same bathroom, where you have to. It was so disgusting, being honest. It was so disgusting.
But that's the nature. That's the nature. You don't unless you come in contact with them a lot.
They smell
I guess,
very. I don't. It's not even funny. I don't want to say funny. They don't smell funny.
like you said, we only understand it's Dr. Layla Africa. Everybody go to the Black Hat Fire Network social page. I'm gonna play real quick. I'm gonna go to the social page. Where he's telling you, you just smell when their hair get wet. You it smells like a dog. You might smell a dog. White people smell like dogs.
It was smelling like a dog, exactly.
Yeah.
Like a dog just from the bathroom, exactly. That is
because you don't know you don't know the genetics that they got dog up in them. That's why you didn't know that. Everybody knew that they smelled like. And I was growing up. I didn't understand. I was a kid. In LA, we had like white people around us a lot of times. They say, "My cracker smell like a wet dog." It's a dog. I said, "Damn, I say you smell like it." I was a kid, so I didn't understand. I didn't know. I say you smell like a dog. You been around these crackers, smell like dogs. I'm like, what? I never, I thought it was just a joke, because they were, they're just us talking about them because they're so racist. So I thought that was I didn't know that was like a true thing, right? I didn't know I was a kid, I was a child. It looks like a human being. I want to get out of here like no damn dog. Get out of here. Then I would grow up and get around. I was like, some dog smelling shit going on around here.
Safina, I can see Safina.
Yeah,
hello, Safina. These are the lady who was taking us throughout the hotel.
Yeah, she's the one got us the house. She the one got us the hotel. Got us the restaurant. So let me play this real quick for Joby gets out. Let me play this one thing real quick. So I want you to understand. The African doesn't know white people. You don't know them. You don't know what happened to Africa. You're miseducated, undereducated. That's a problem. Let me show this real quick. Give me 1 second. Let me go here. If I can go here without, probably got to sign in. Come on, dang it. Okay, there we go. Let me go to social page. Give me a second, you guys.
I miss her. I miss you, Safina.
Well, you'll be back in a couple of a month and a half or whatever it is. I gotta go in and do this thing. Hold on, I gotta do it over here. Hold on. But let me log in. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. I'm logged in. Okay, give me a second. Hold on. Let me share my screen. So what I'm gonna do, family. See what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go to the website. I'm gonna show Joby something. This is Dr. Layla Africa, who was a part of the Geechee Gullah culture, who know they're part of the Mandinkas, who come back to Africa. They still preserve their language even in slavery. That they know they're part of the Mandinkas. But the African doesn't know these people. You don't know your history's a lie. You don't know them. You don't understand it. So Dr. Africa's blunt. So if you guys don't like to hear the truth, it's going to hurt your feelings. He's blunt. Dr. Africa is blunt. Okay, he's blunt with it. So let me share my screen. If you like them Zungu, it's going to hurt your feelings.
I don't. So my feelings are very secure.
A lot of Africans, oh no, don't you say that about my white man, about my white master. How dare you, damn it. So, all right, Kate. Okay, fam. I'm on the, there it is right there. Came pop right up. Okay, fam. So I'm on the Black Hat Fire Network social page. This is Dr. Africa right here. So these people are not like us, and that's the truth. He's telling the truth. Rest in power. So, yeah, Dr. Africa passed away. So I'm just gonna play this a clip of the Dr. Africa teach you about these people and understand what melanin does. And we're not going through the whole thing. I'm just gonna do couple minutes of it. Damn, my computer acting up. What's all this stuff here, man? Uh-oh. I gotta. Oh, hold on. Got no sound. I gotta do this. Let's go up. Unmute.
Against the food.
Okay, hold on. Go back. See, it's about food, about light. So, there you go. My computer messing up.
He is a certified addictionologist. He's a certified acupuncture and massage therapist and a licensed traditional healer in Ghana, Togo, and Benin. Welcome, brother.
Thank you for inviting me, Brother Clemson Brown. Appreciate it.
Now, for some reason, we always talk about melanin, and for some reason, I got maybe.
Then you understand, it's going to teach you, the African understand what melanin does. What does your blackness do? You don't understand melanin. And I'm going to come back on Katie's show, show you a doctor, how white people know what your melanin does and you don't. So I've always proven this to you. Melanin is the key to life. It is the God particle. These are facts. I'm going to come back on Katie's show and show you that.
10, 20,000 tapes here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always misplacing them.
Yeah.
And I would like to be up to date anyway. So Let's start out talking about melanin. Why is melanin? What is melanin? And why is it so important to the human family? And in particular to Black people as we move forward to liberate ourselves in the 20th century.
Melanin is a chemical, a biochemical, meaning it's a living thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's how we classify the races by how much melanin they make inside their body, not the melanin
outside.
Yes, how much you make
inside
your body.
Exactly. From your brain.
Make the most melanin.
From your brain.
Melanin is in your muscles, in your bones, in your nervous system, and your digestive system. And it's the brain cell of cells in your body. It's the brain of all the cells in your body. And it keeps them all synchronized. It's like synchronizing the watch or something. It keeps everything coordinated. The kidneys, the lungs, the liver, everything has a cycle, and melanin keeps those cycles in order. The more melanin you have, the more intelligent you are. The more melanin you have, the more psychic you are. The more melanin you have, the more human you are. That's how we classify human beings by how much melanin they have. Mm-hmm. And Black people are classified the highest on the scale of human beings. We are number 6, and the Europeans are number 1. They have the least amount. We have the most amount. So that makes us more in tune with nature, in tune with God, if you were. And it's very important. So the way a drug works is by destroying melanin, speeding it up, or slowing it down.
Melanin you have, the smarter you are.
Does not work on
That's
melanin.
why you're the smartest people on the planet don't know it.
That's the way.
The more melanin you have, the smarter you are.
Nonetheless,
you don't know
that. Melanin that makes Black people rather unique. We're more creative.
Yep.
We're more scientific.
We're
more human.
Yes.
But
we don't know this. They don't know the science anymore. We were the first scientists, and the African is a moron now. I don't care nobody doesn't know science, doesn't understand you're the smartest people on the planet. That's what you are. That's because of your melanin that you've been told to hate. You don't understand it. Your melanin makes you the smartest. Melanin makes you the most scientific. But now you're caught up in Jesus talk or Allah talk. You don't know anything anymore. You've been completely brainwashed.
Drugs destroy it, basically. Be the drug crack cocaine or the oil drugs called nicotine or cannabinol, marijuana.
Or marijuana.
We just don't know what drugs are because we've been miseducated.
Yes.
As Carter G. Woodson said, we are totally miseducated.
That's why we're taking no marijuana and all that old shit.
Chemistry, social science, history, we are miseducated. And that's very unfortunate. So we don't really know that much about ourselves or the world. So to study melanin is to study yourself and the world and how it works, defines everything. If a planet moves, the melanin crystal moves at the same time.
Exactly.
No, good. You should define this, too.
We trying to let you know, Clemson Brown, the melanin is the only property in the world that can be in two places at the same time. I know that blowing everybody's mind. Melanin is the only material that can be in two places at the same time. That means you are interdimensional, black people. That's what it means scientifically. You are interdimensional. These are facts of science. The white man knows this. You don't. That's why you're stuck in your goopy churches or your goopy mosque. Melanin is the only chemical that can be in two places at one time. That means you're interdimensional. That's a scientific fact. Finish this up, let you get out of here.
Study melanin, study the world. Can you get a little more specific?
Essentially, your body is reflected in everything you do. The wheel comes from your body. All instruments come from your body, aside from the camera coming from your eyes, and speakers coming from your ears, and nuclear reactors coming from your liver. If you want a machine, you got to look at the human body. It is scientifically put together. You want to build a boat, look at how they put the ribs together, and then you can build a boat. Mm-hmm. Everything comes from the human body. Everything. No machine on the planet Earth is not made from the human body. But we just don't see the human body when we look at a house or a church. Because you sit in the church, the center is called the naves, where you get the word navy from, where you get the word
exactly. Their churches, like I try to explain to people, in ancient Africa, we made the spiritual houses like the body. So they copied it. The church is supposed to be the body. It's the body of Christ. The body, the mosque body, the body. But it wasn't supposed to be no body of Christ and body. It was the understanding of your human body as it reflects back to the universe. So that's why when you got white people all reversed. They got, when you get married in their church, you got a woman walking down the damn aisle. How's a woman go? That's the birth chamber of a woman. How's a woman gonna walk down her own birth chamber? Because the European is fucked up in the head, and you're now taking this culture which is completely backward. He got it from you and then perverted it. You got people going to get married. You got women. Let me walk you down the aisle. The aisle is the birth chamber of the woman. The man is supposed to walk down the aisle to the woman because you're going through her fallopian tubes. But you miseducate. You don't know what none of this even means.
Whoa, that is deep.
The navel front. The church is built like the human body.
Exactly. The woman's body.
If you don't understand yourself, you don't understand nature.
Exactly.
We were in tune with nature. So a tree grows from the roots. Goes from the roots and it grows up. So we write from the bottom up. Makes sense to black people. Sun rises in the east, so we go from the bright star from the right and go to the west. You follow what I'm saying? The sun sets.
Yes.
So we write that way. That's why we go left to right. That's why we start on the page from the bottom up. We say, hey, that's the way the body grows. That's what I'm going to write. Just made sense to us.
When it comes to melanin and the hair as an antenna.
Antenna to the universe.
Where I'm trying to go with this is that melanin enables us to pick up frequencies on so many different levels. Like you have an AM channel, you got an FM channel, but you can pick up frequencies on the FM that you can't pick up on an AM. So looking at nature.
You're talking about blackness. Blackness is not a color, it's a frequency, Brown. Yes, melanin is a frequency. That's why you can go back. I told you why you can be two places at once. You're interdimensional. Once you know how to utilize melanin, you don't know it.
And how animals are able to sense the hurricanes coming and they disappear. And right after the hurricane.
We'll pause and let Joby get out of here because her time is up. Let Joby get on out of here. It's 2 minutes. We'll let Joby get out of here. So we'll look at that later. If you want to look at the rest of that, go to the social page. But Dr. Africa was always one of my favorites. The body of Christ. Well, no, it's not the body of Christ. It's not the body of Christ, Safina. Not at all. That's what you've been taught by white people. It's a lie. But I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm not here to hurt your feelings, hurt your religious belief. Not my. No, I could show you in 30 minutes where it came from. What is it? Had nothing to do. not the body of Christ. The church is actually female, the black woman. You don't know that, so you don't understand. Understand the black woman is the closest thing to God. You don't understand that no more. You don't know that. You don't know. See, everybody they talking about vibration. You got to go back to being a scientist. You understand the black woman vibrates the highest. She's the beginning of everything. Not even took from some man rib and all this other moronic shit. I prove it scientifically right here. Go look this up. The black woman is XX. I'm XY. So that means she came first. You get that? That's just science. That's just a fact. Woman is XX. I'm XY. That means I'm less of her. I'm less. I have one missing chromosome. So XY, that means she comes first. But everybody knows that. Tomorrow they change it in your Bible or in your Quran. The woman's first. The black woman. Not the black man. That's easily science. XX. Double X is what you are. You should know that. I need to listen. But I got to teach you a lesson later, Serafina. But go look this up. Just go look up double X. Oh, let me just let me look this up just real quick. Tell you about double X, so I can prove to you that the woman comes first, the black woman, not the black man. As you've been told, came out somebody's rib and all this moronic shit. Black woman is the beginning of everything on the planet. That's why she's got the best genetics. That's a fact. That's not my opinion, Serafina. That's facts of science. That's a fact of everybody knows the black woman has the best genetics. That's a fact. You, Serafina, have the best genetics. Joby has the best genetics. These are facts of science, not my opinion. So let me go here.
At least I've learned something today. I've learned that the woman is not supposed to be walking down the aisle. I never knew that. You know, I've been matching.
But you're taking it. The white people taking everything and reversed it because told you they're a child. They came and took your culture, and then they put a religion on it, and they reversed it. Yeah, because that's a fallopian tube. You walking down the aisle. The woman is the church. See, he thinks that the church is the Christ. Christ is a vibration, Serafina. It's a frequency. It's not a person, not them cracker. And anyway, well, nobody white in Africa at that time anyway, but the church has the fallopian tubes of the black woman, not the white woman, not the Asian woman. That's the fallopian tubes as you meet, because it comes down to what? Her uterus. When you come to the top of the thing to marry, that's the woman's uterus. You're walking down a fallopian tubes to a uterus. That's what but see, since we're miseducated, we don't even know what that is. Like, what? So now they completely reverse. You got a woman with her father walking down the aisle. A woman can't walk down her own fallopian tubes. See, that's how I'm around. But see, when you look at it and you're miseducated, you don't know. You're like, well, okay. But now I know that I'm like, look at this crazy ass shit. These motherfuckers in these killing these stories. How's a woman gonna walk down her own fucking birth chamber? The man is supposed to walk down to her. You're going down her birth chamber.
So, family, let us come to the end of today's broadcast. And that is
come back on. I'm gonna show you something, Sophia. Come back, Sophia. Come back on Katie's channel. I'm gonna do some up for Katie's channel.
Sorry.
No, I'm telling Serafina to come back on Katie's show. Okay. Come back on Katie's show, and I'm gonna show you something about melanin. And because I know Africans need white people to teach them shit. I mean, he's a white man. He's gonna teach you about melanin and what it does. Boom. But much love, family. Let Joby get out of it. Let me let the queen.
Family, do remember to join Katie.
Let me let the queen of the universe.
Thank you, Safina, so much for joining us.
Let me let the queen of the universe, an African woman, Joby, she's the queen of the universe, go. That's what she is. Technically. I think Joby froze. Oh, she did. She goes.
Thank you. Janet, thank you so much. Kay Williams, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you, Joby.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you, Joby. Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. I think I froze. You're also freezing on your end. I think it's both ends. But much love, family. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Kay. Thank
Much
you for
love,
the
family.
lesson.
You don't walk no woman down no aisle. We're miseducated. Much love, family.
Much love. Hey, so you can dance? Okay, okay. Hey.
I'm African. Of course I can dance. Shout out to Katie. Shout out to Katie.
Dance like that. Hey.
I always can dance, Joby. Shout out to Katie, goddammit. Shout out to Katie.